All right, so today we're around the table, got some of the brilliant minds that work for the Soybean Checkoff or with the Soybean Checkoff. And one of the questions I get asked a lot is what is the Soybean Checkoff? How would you answer that question?
I'll take a shot. Okay, so the Soybean Checkoff is a program that soybean farmers established many years ago in several states. It's been a national program since the early 90s. It's a way for soybean farmers to take a little bit of their profits each year and put it in a pool and contribute to research, communications, market development, and promotion of soybeans and soybean uses and the soybean industry. They are not allowed to use those checkoff dollars for legislation, policy, lobbying, influencing anything in the government sector.
Yeah, that's a great answer. So you touched on it, that we have a national checkoff and then we have the state checkoff. How do those interact, or how do they collaborate?
So I would say that the national checkoff focuses on topics that impact farmers across the country, whereas the state level checkoff deals with more state-specific opportunities or challenges to help promote soybeans within that respective state.
And Catherine, one of the interesting things is as you have this role where you're kind of this facilitator that collaborates all these different entities together. What are some of the things that you see as coming through on where we can all work together?
The farmers make the decisions in those individual states and those individual organizations about what those priorities are and where is the best place to invest those dollars, both at the national level and then at the state level. And the cool thing is, because each organization is doing its own thing, there's places where it makes sense to work alone, and there's places where it makes sense for us to work together, to be able to leverage each other's resources to really greaten the impact that we have.
That's great. So Shannon, you are a farmer who contributes to this checkoff.
Yes.
So kind of, what is that value? What return value have you seen with those dollars that you're investing?
I think there's a great return on investment, and I can spew off the $12.34 per dollar invested. But again, coming from a smaller state like Virginia, as Catherine mentioned, I think we have so many opportunities to work together. And Ed mentioned that it is mandatory, which I also think is a good idea. But when I'm addressing farmers at the elevator or at meetings who are questioning, why am I having to do this? What am I getting back? I like to remind them that we asked for this, that in the 1990 Farm Bill, we asked for this to happen, and that it is a good thing, that's how we can work together for promotion, research, and education. And again, coming from a smaller state, being able to work together, we can achieve so much more than just what we could do as a small state, or particularly just as one farmer. Like, I cannot go and do the work of what USB and the whole checkoff as a whole is doing together.